Yo, what's up, y'all? I just got back home from the studio not too long ago. Did a 5-hour session. It was a great studio session today. I ain't even gonna lie. I got 3 new songs done, 3 new songs, and one song that we worked on, the engineer just had to mix and master. It was an older song that I recorded there, but I never had the chance to mix and master it. So we did that today. And another song that I recorded today was basically the chorus and the first verse of the song, and then I left the rest of the song empty because I gotta send it to this big African artist out in Ghana. And now I'm just waiting for him to do his part, do his verse, and send back the track to me. You should be hearing that soon. Hopefully he get that done as soon as possible. I can't wait to hear his part. And I'm not gonna reveal his name yet. I'm not gonna say his name until the song is complete. But yeah, I'm happy about today's session. Today went well, very successful session. The songs came out well. The songs came out how I intended, because sometimes one of the things that a lot of artists may deal with, I know I've dealt with this before, is you may rehearse a song at home and then you go to the studio and you deliver the song and it may sound different from the way you wanted it to sound. So in this video, what I'm gonna be sharing with you is my process when it comes to writing songs. And my process is pretty simple, but I think writing music, it is a talent. There is talent involved, but the more you work on that talent, the better you will become at writing music. But my process is simple. I'm gonna explain my process in this video briefly, but I actually have a training course inside the 300 to Freedom Academy where I teach in depth how to rap, how to write music, how to write songs, and what creates a catchy chorus and stuff like that. So my writing process is kind of simple. Now, what I would recommend that a lot of people may not recommend and a lot of people may not want to hear, to be honest with you, just to be real, but if you want to be an elite songwriter, what that means is that means to make, let me say this clearly. If you want to be an elite songwriter, you got to have a large vocabulary base. If you have a very limited vocabulary base, it's going to be harder to convey ideas in a dope kind of way and in a unique kind of way. If you could think of some of your favorite artists, you probably love their music because they know how to convey a message in a very unique kind of way from their perspective. And if you're going on songs and you're using the same words over and over again, eventually people are going to get bored of hearing that. So I would recommend, to help you increase your vocabulary base. Now, some of you already have a large vocabulary base. I'm not speaking to those of you who have a vast vocabulary base. I'm speaking to those artists out there who may feel like you have a limited vocabulary base and you see how it's limiting your range in music. What I would recommend, which you probably don't want to fucking hear, especially in this day and age where motherfuckers are just, we got so many smartphones, but we don't got many smart people no more. But what I'm gonna recommend is to read more books. I know you're like, damn Jadis, damn John, why the fuck you recommend I read more books? I recommend you read more books because when you read more books, you're gonna be exposed to more words and you're gonna learn what more words mean. And that's gonna help you in your writing. That's gonna translate when you're writing songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, if you don't have a big vocabulary base, you might want to read more books. That's all I'm saying. I know you don't want to hear that shit, but it's the truth, because the dopest artists out there, they have a big fucking vocabulary range. They ain't saying the same words over and over again. They saying things in a very creative way. And in order to be creative, you need a vocabulary base that's rather vast, I would say. You don't got to be some rocket scientist or nothing like that, but you need a decent sized vocabulary base. So that's just the pre stuff I want to tell you, right? Now, even if you're talented as an artist, you still gonna have to work hard to maximize your ability. You still gonna have to, I would recommend even being experimental in the studio. Like even today, I did a song today and it was pretty experimental for me. It was a different vibe from what I normally do. And I like to do that as an artist. I like to go in there and do something that I'm not used to doing, creating a song I'm not used to creating, and seeing how it comes out, because that allows me to see how versatile I am, right? Versatility is another thing that's very important when it comes to writing dope songs, having a versatile style where the listener is always on the edge of their seat, because they don't know what type of music you're gonna drop next. They don't know what, they know your voice and everything, but they don't know what the flow is gonna be like. They don't know what the cadence is gonna be like. They don't know what the chorus is gonna be like. They don't know what the vibe is gonna be like. And whenever your fans don't know what to expect next, but they know it's gonna be good, they're gonna always wanna listen to your music. They're gonna always go back to your music and listen to it as long as it's good and it keeps them on their toes. So that's the next thing I would say. So get into my process of writing songs personally, right? The first thing I do is I put on a beat. It might be a beat that a producer that I know produced and sent to me, or it might be a beat that I found on YouTube. I do business the right way, so I don't just steal beats off of YouTube and download it and make songs. I actually pay the producers. I pay whatever the leasing fee is. I pay whatever the exclusive rights fee is. Whatever it is, I pay it. I like to do clean business, because if I was a producer putting my time and energy into creating beats, I would want people to do business with me the right way. So that's why I pay. But so I would recommend that to y'all out there as well. Pay for your beats, yo. Pay the leasing fee. If you're not gonna pay, then promote on a free platform like SoundCloud or something like that, or promote on something free where you're not getting paid to share the music, because doing good business, I think, is important, and I think more people in the industry, I think, would benefit as a whole if we did fair business. So I put on a beat, and my writing process, at first I'm listening to the beat, because what the beat is supposed to do for me is give me a feeling. The beat is supposed to naturally kick something within me to make me want to start saying words or spitting out bars. You feel me? Like, that's how I do it. So I just start listening to the beat. I be nodding my head, and first I go off it if I feel the beat. If I don't feel the beat, if it don't catch me within like 30 seconds or 20 seconds, I go to the next beat. That's how I do it. I don't try to force lyrics out. I don't try to force a feeling, because music is a feeling. Music is an energy. So if you hear a beat and it ain't meshing with you, you're not vibing with that beat, fuck that beat. Go to the next beat. So once I get a beat that I'm vibing with, now from there, I basically freestyle rap. So what that means is whatever flow, whatever lines, whatever words come to my mind, I just let it flow. I let it flow from the heart, because a lot of times the beat is also going to give you the type of vibe and the type of content you want to put on the song. The beat is like your guide. That's like your roadmap. That's what the beat is. And the doper the beat, the better the feeling it gives you. Is like more of a beautiful journey you take into creating a beautiful song, if that makes sense. I know y'all artists out there, you know what I mean, right? You know that feeling I'm talking about when you hear a beat and you like, yo, this shit is fire, and then your creative juices just start flowing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it goes for me. Once those creative juices start flowing, I start freestyle rapping, and I'll say a line, and let's say I like the first line I kick out, I'll come back with a second line. I freestyle off the top of my head, and if I like how it goes, if the first and the second line go well together and it's on beat is very important, right? To be on beat. If it's on beat, I write it in my phone or I type it on the computer, right? I don't use a pen and pad anymore. I used to do that more often, but I don't do that so much anymore. Now I use my phone. So if it sound fire, I'll type it on my phone. So that's my writing process. Now, what I focus on when it comes to writing, the most important part for me is getting the chorus to sound dope, because I find that verses come to me much easier than choruses do. Right? Now, sometimes you'll find that a chorus comes to you quicker and comes to you easy. I say this right now. If a chorus comes to you quick and it's fire, make sure to go in that studio as soon as possible and record that track. Because that's telling you that that track is going to be a hit. That track is going to be fire. If you're feeling it and that chorus, the words is perfect for that chorus, that's perfect. Even if you're not that good at creating a whole verse, even if you're not that good at writing a verse yet, at least you'll have the chorus down, and that's basically like the foundation of the track. That's basically what the track is about. That's the topic. So once you get the topic solidified, you can always come back to the song later and finish your verses, or you can send the song to somebody who's dope at rapping or dope at singing, who you think would fit that type of track, and you could go from there. So it's all really just feeling when it comes to my process. Once I write down those 2 lines, and I get into the flow, I keep rehearsing those 2 lines over and over again, and I'll lead it into the 3rd line. So I'll freestyle. I'll basically read the first 2 lines as I'm flowing to the beat, and then I'll freestyle the 3rd line, which is a line that I didn't write yet. But as long as it sounds fire, it sounds dope, I write it down. Now, the key to being fire, the key to being a dope artist is working on making the next line sound better than the previous line. Working on making the next line sound better than the previous line. So what that has to do with is the content of the lines, not just the rhyming word at the end or in the middle, but also the middle words before you get to the rhyme, the word that rhyme with the previous line, right? The middle words matter a lot, because that's what's basically giving the life to the line, right? That's giving the content to the line. That's giving the meaning to the line. So the middle words are just as important as the words at the end that rhyme. And I take that into consideration on every bar that I do. Is like, but you know, what I would say with writing is it's mostly a feeling. If you don't have that feeling and you feel like you're forcing it, either you're not being present or that beat is not for you. Maybe you should go to the next beat. Or maybe you should come back 2 days later, come back a day later. A lot of times that happened to me. If the creative juices ain't flowing, if the bars ain't just coming naturally to me, if it's not coming naturally, I'll take a break for like 3 fucking days. Come back like 3 days later, and then next thing you know, this shit is flowing again, you know? And then a lot of times, and you'll find like some of your best songs, you'll finish that whole song in like 20 minutes. Some of your best songs, you'll finish that shit in like 30 minutes. Drop a comment below. Let me know what's the fastest you ever finished a song, and let me know if it came out dope or not, because I'm almost guaranteed that shit came out dope. If you like what I'm sharing so far in this video, make sure to like this video, make sure to comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so you can be notified whenever I drop new videos, and make sure to share this video with 5 artists that you know that you think could benefit off this information. But yeah, like, you know, music, turn this shit on. But yeah, music is a feeling. That's what it's all about. That's my writing process. Now, sometimes I'll have like 70% of a song done, like the verse is done, the hook is done, and then I'll go to the studio with like maybe 6 more lines that I gotta do. And I'll go to the studio, and right there, I'll just write the 6 new lines, right? All in the vibe of the studio. But do what's best, right? Do what's best for you. If you need to be in a studio to write dope rhymes, go to the studio. If you need to be in nature to write dope lines, go be in nature. If you need to be out in around crowded areas to come up with dope lines, do that. If you need to go in the shower to come up with dope lines, do that. Because different settings work best. Different settings help different people get their creative juices flowing. Right? That's how it works. So I know for me, I could be in the crib by myself, and you know, the vibe just be flowing. Or if I just went through something, the vibe just be flowing because I'm spitting from the heart. But you never want to be in a place where you writing a song and you're forcing that shit. It should never feel like you're forcing it. It should always feel like it's just flowing. If you gotta force it, that means you gotta practice your craft. You gotta get better. You gotta read more, get your vocabulary up, and there's other work you need to do to help you to execute better as an artist and write a dope song, right? So that's my process. You know, that's really it, to say it like it is. If you want more in-depth information on how to do that, if you want more in-depth training on how to write songs and be dope at it, you got to get a part of the 300 to Freedom Academy. I have a training video that's crazy, like an hour and some change long, but that shit goes in depth on how to write a rap song and how to write in general, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this is your boy, Jon Belcher, aka Jadiscreet. I'm going to see you at the top. You can also check out my music on all streaming platforms. Just let me know what you think. You know, every time, I never really shared any music in my life and was told that the song was whack. I never had that experience in my life, to be honest. Well, out of thousands of comments I got, I don't know, I could count on my hand if that ever happened. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just telling the truth. But I'm gonna see y'all at the top. See y'all in the next video. Peace.